What's what's going on? What is going on? Let's see, let me get to my comments section so I don't have my okay. Well, hello there. How are we doing today? It's Wednesday already. It's crazy. Like, what the heck is going on? Like, I can't believe it's already Wednesday again. Um, it was a very fast week. My a little crazy, but not too crazy. This doesn't even work, does it? I'm trying to figure all this out. It doesn't work. What's up, Faker Battle Cat? What's going on? Let me check real quick. I've got an early live chat coming in. Mr. Tasty Cake is here. Yes, and I thought I was going to get it done. I really thought I would have it here to display and show it off a little bit, but I didn't I couldn't get it finalized because what happened was I had to kind of cut some in, and then I had to clean all the dust off because it's a clear resin and it's not painted. So let me make sure this sound is coming through. Is the sound okay, guys? Yes, okay. Sound is okay. But what I did was I've got it all ready. So next week I'll have it to display. The Battle Bones will be here next week. Mr. Frankie Rivera, thank you for joining. My buddy's Customs is here. He's awake. Yes, you are in the central. No, not a bong. If you cut it in the middle, I guess you could maybe make it into that. Mr. Faker Battle Cat, thank you for joining. Welcome, sir. Mr. Nolan, what is happening? Oh, to the left. It's a left kind of day, isn't it? All right. So we've got everybody saying hi to each other. We have Minhoza in the house. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you joining. Yeah, so Wednesday, huh? How about that shit? So I'm here to tell you about the meaning of life. There ain't no fucking meaning. Come on now. I messed up while I was trying to trim my beard, so I had to take it all off. So now I just have chin hair today. So I'm a little younger, a little bit. I feel a little younger, right? No, I feel older. So I was thinking what I told my son earlier is that I was going to get a new sound bite. I'm going to try to figure out a sound bite for like print of the week, right? So I could show you my prints of the week. Like some girl singing it or something, like with a little jingle. So I'll figure out. Maybe I'll do an AI because that's what that's the happening thing, right? Although I do love when Wraith Mace does those. It's pretty awesome. Tasty Cake is already in bed. He told me that. So I already told you guys about my schedule, and he told me that since I start at 7, which is 9 o'clock where he's at, that he's going to be sitting on his computer for about 2 minutes, and then he was going to sit in bed with his tablet and probably fall asleep and drop it on his face. And then, all music fan, what's going on, Jeff? How you doing, sir? Appreciate you coming in. But I guess what I'll do first, before I open anything up, I will start with my Prince of the Week. Prince of the Week, something like that. I'll figure something out with that. Better singer than me. So what I did this week, besides you guys already saw the Battle Bones, I had started on a clear Skeletor, which is like a half vintage on the legs and then a half origins on the arms, but it's printed in a way that it's really not posable. Like, you know what I'm saying? So here, I'll just show you. So I should have taken it with the legs. So I haven't connected it all the way, but I put it together just so I could kind of show it off. So I used that custom head. Oh, I think I'm gonna have to look it up. I do apologize. I'll put it in the description afterwards who made this head. But it is a design that I purchased from Cults 3D. And then the top is actually like a scan of an Origins, but it's connected. So that was cool. So I don't have to worry about that. And then the bottom, of course, is a vintage. And then I have the belt in there. I have in the middle, the connector for the legs and the torso were a little big. So in order for it to work, I had to cut it. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a magnet set up. So I'm going to put a magnet set on these. Faker Battle Cat knows all about something like this because I made him a couple of fakers. Is she here? Yeah. Really? She's early. All right, bud. Love you. She's messaging me back. Love you. Okay. Have a good night. My boy's leaving tonight. He was here till 7. His mom's picking him up, so I told him I'm probably gonna have to come in and do the live so I can try to stay somewhat consistent. Yes, it is. It's so cool. Like I had that vat full of clear that I. Oh, okay. So I had it in the clear when I was doing the battle bones, so I decided why not throw in like my own clear Skeletor with the cartoon look, which is going to kind of rival the one that we're gonna get pretty soon, right? That's not really clear. It's gonna just be translucent, right? So it's got the colors to it, which actually a lot of people kind of talk shit about it, but I do like that. And of course, nothing to compare with this bad boy. I won in an auction of somebody. I don't know. He might be in the chat, but maybe not. I'm not going to say. Because certain times when you're lucky, but you're lucky on a friend's auction, people like talk shit and they're like, hey, what's up with that? I'm not going to say anything. I'm lucky. I am lucky. I really am. I got to say. Yeah, I'm excited for it. And no one knew. I did remember, and that's what I went back and I posted on my Instagram store or whatever it was. Is that I may even put it on here too? Was that Orko? Why did they have that Orko thing? And of course, it's when He-Man, and it's so lame because it's like he get punched or he got kicked, and then he threw Orko's thing over, and it just so happened to land on him perfectly. And then he took off the invisible helmet, and then of course he broke it, and Skeletor was sad. But that would be really cool. And honestly, like when I think about it, like with my Collector Man, I did the same thing. I actually took the print that Yurko made and I shrunk it down into a head, and I was able to put it on a body and paint it up and make here, let me do it. I actually used I think it's, oh, that's gonna fall. I used a Skeletor, the 2000X Skeletor, I think, and then I don't remember the boots, but that's all I did with him. Was that I used, and I took the little hooks off, and then I put the hooks on his staff, or the little ends on his staff, and then he's got that to collect whatever he needs to collect, right? I think it came out pretty cool. I mean, it's not the best, but it was creative, right? Sometimes it's hard to use that brain of mine, and sometimes the creativities, you get those blocks. But yeah, well, and what's even cooler is that with the resin that I used, I had some of that Tenacious resin, which Tenacious is made by Ciratech. And I know you guys that don't have printers are like, what the hell are you talking about? But it's it's expensive as shit, but it's a stronger resin that's very pliable. It really bends really well. And what you do is you don't have to use it all, because if you use it all, you're just going to ruin prints and they're just going to be like gummy. So you put like 10% mix in with your clear, and then it works really well. So you get that strength and that toughness. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, well, and I get all that battle armor that works too. So yeah, I mean, it's different. It's not, I mean, it's not something you would expect. It has I even have like, I tried to do the battle armor for it, and I even had like the back end of him on the battle armor, but I thought, you know what, he's got to have like something to collect things in. So I used Snout Spout's little pack, and then I used Zodak's staff, but then I connected, those are the things that stick off the collector right there. And I used the staff for it. I haven't pulled this one out in a while. He's actually really cool. I do kind of like this guy. He was one of my more creative, because I didn't, some of the other ones like Bashosaurus guy, the Bashosaurus dude, it was like all the parts were there to print. So somebody made a kit to do Bashosaurus guy, and that was, so I didn't really have any, that was just there, and I made it and I painted it. It looks cool. I used Clawful's body, so I had the red already, the cartoon collection Clawful. But with this one, it was all, I said, hey, let's make a, collab. Well, I know you do. Buddy, every time Buddy gets everything, he doesn't even have to get it yet. He has to just see it on the screen. And he's like, okay, this. He's got 8 different things to do. And I think it's awesome because I did that with my sports things. Like every time I got a sports thing, I said, okay, this guy's arm will do good with this player and this, so I would always dissect, take it apart in my head and see what I was going to use and what I was going to do. So I agree. That's the way to be. So that was one print of the week. The other prints, of course, I had that sometimes so I use my large printer. This is the Jupiter. It's gigantic. And I don't like to go through the whole process of printing stuff unless I have a full build plate. Now, even if that's putting on an extra head or an extra armor or anything that I can do, that's why I have a drawer full of fucking parts all over the place. But I did one of the Alcala print. Granted, I don't remember a lot of these heads. I don't know if that's a Lovely Evil Horde or if I don't think it's RBL 3D because he always puts his name on stuff. So I always know an RBL 3D for sure. There's a new Clamp Champ. Can't wait to use this head on the one that's coming for the Snake Men because I really just like this so much better than the one that Mattel gave us. That's going to be really cool. Dude, honestly, if you saw my closet, that's exactly what I am. I have so much and I don't do it the way that I should. So it is a very dangerous place, my closet. My closet is very dangerous and it's got a lot of toxic stuff around because I have so the one key is that when you throw it away, you got to make sure and hit it with the UV light, whether take it outside, let it sit on the sit there and bake so that way. But a lot of that stuff like supports and stuff, you want to make sure and get that wet resin off of there. Yeah, no, I know that is so cool. And like when you look at who am I trying to look at? Is it this or is it his legs that they used for it? Because or does he actually have scales? Does he actually have the scales going through? Because I know I've never seen I don't know if there's any legs that are those scales, right? Because even the snake armor He-Man or the snake armor Raph, you could see there's no, it's just that metal leg, not any kind of scales. And I'm looking at the ones up there, I don't see scales on any of them either. So if they did use a new altogether, of course you'd say that, but that's funny. Good stuff. Good stuff. But so anyway, so I got those two heads. So here are the ones that are a little different. So I am Faker Battlecat on a Patreon that Faker Battlecat wanted to be on. So it has a lot of mythic parts. And so I got this female head with the horns. She is pretty freaking cool looking. Course, I didn't print it in clear for any reason. It's just that's what I had in the printer. So that's what it's going to come out with. So once I hit it with some primer, so she's got the ram horns on this one. This one looks like it could do a nice little, another female warrior for Skeletor, right? I mean, why not? She's got the horns for it. There she is. Look, why not? She's got the ram horns. So, okay. And then the other one is going to be this one. All three with the same female face and the hair just has different horns, which pretty damn cool, I gotta say. Yeah. And here is Thanos Copter. And the dude's been going off on those AI things, so that's pretty awesome. So here is the what is it? The guard? Yeah, the guard. So
she said she'll be here in about 2 minutes. So
okay, bud. All right, I love you, man. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll be there to pick you up after school. See ya. So this is the smaller version. So he did the prints for the head for the big one that they talked to on the Coldar episode, And then this is the smaller one that you can actually put on a Origins figure. Let's see, which I haven't done. And these are
Is my backpack with my computer?
Your school one?
Yeah. No, my computer one.
I don't know. I didn't. Do you know where it's at? Because the other two backpacks are downstairs, or one of them's downstairs.
Oh.
Your school backpack is downstairs. Sorry, guys. But yeah, so it fits. So these aren't secondary cooked yet, so you could even smell the resin is pretty fresh on them, so that's why nothing's fitting right now. So I didn't. Did you get them both? Sorry. So this is the one that's going to fit on the body. It's kind of cute, seriously. All right, sorry. Let me go back here to Buddy. Buddy's on a roll. I think I already went through the. Did you got it out of the car, didn't you? No. Oh yeah, no, it is at Mom's. Okay, bye, bud. Yeah, no, I know that's how it is. I tried to get him ready and get everything done before, but then I remembered I picked him up from school and he was only going to be here for 3 hours, so he didn't bring his computer bag, which he hasn't been using it anyway because he uses his phone on all this stuff. He's been doing some kind of South Park game and oh my God. So anyway, next. This is Bud, you would appreciate this. Mr. Broman, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Thanks for joining, man. I attempted something and it did not work, but I still have the parts for it. So I had the clear resin in there, right? And this had, I had the red sparkly and I had the blue sparkly. Well, I dropped it in there and I kind of swirled it around and I thought it'll print strange because it's not mixed together. It's going to print like almost like tie-dye or something. And it did not, because once it started flattening out, everything mixed together and now it just came up with this purple. So this is still a cool body. And if you didn't realize what it's for yet, this is, oh baby. And it has the backpack and it has all the other parts. But this one I wanted to print with just the skin parts I did with this weird resin. The other stuff I'll just print in regular colors because I'm going to end up painting it anyway. So, what's going on, dude? Alpha Magnus, thanks for joining. And here's the man. Look at this. So you had the best timing ever, Yurko. So my other things I wanted to show that I printed, this was in that same batch, and you can see there's a little line there because of the blue that I dropped in there because I thought maybe it would work. But before I had that, the base I had printed in just regular clear. So this is one of the portals that Yurko just finished. Freaking really cool. And I was thinking with this one, I was going to do just some crazy paint on there with like a lot of different color shifting and different stuff like that. It's going to look really cool. Thank you, sir. But I did also print it in clear. And this is going to be that portal. And I do need to print a couple more bases because I actually think I printed 3 of these things because I had them set up that way. And it worked really nicely on there. So they printed very good, Yurko. Thank you, sir. You are a damn awesome artist. This one I did maybe, and this is operator error. I had one little issue with this one is I think with the supports or the way that I had it leaning. I should have had it straight up and down, or I had it just a little bit higher up. So I had a little fail on the top of this one. You can see the hole there. So I think that's just a support issue or the way that I had it set up. I think I had it leaning a little bit too much. Maybe I should have had it straight up and down, but I had it leaning, and I think I might have missed a couple supports on that one. So that's operator error. But this mirror is sick. So this is the Hordak mirror. Freaking cool. So that's another one that I was thinking I didn't know how I was going to paint it, or I might do like, and these are, you could tell these are hot off the printer. I did wash them. I did put them in the alcohol, but obviously I wanted to bring them up so it wasn't completely dry. So you could see they have that, these are pretty raw. These are definitely raw prints. But so I want to maybe do that, and then I can use maybe that pen, like that chrome pen where it gives you that reflective look to it, because obviously if it's just going to be a mirror. But yeah, good timing, sir. That was pretty put this home. Oh yeah. See, and I actually have one of those. Let me show you, that I found a while back, and I printed it a long time ago. And it's just like, one of those thicker portals that you slip your phone into. And I've had this one for a little while, but just basic painted. I didn't really do too much to it. But when you have the phone in it, it's actually really cool. And see you, bud. Love you. All right. But yeah, that is actually cool. It's a cool effect. But I think, yeah, I mean, I think with this one, you'd be able to really get creative with the color shifting paint. I think that would actually look really, really cool. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But the other one I was thinking I might do, that's why I say I might do that. If I can get it consistent on there, I'd still have to fill it a little bit right there with some. It's just got that little hole. That was, like I said, that was my fault. But I was thinking I'll do that chrome pen on there and see if. Well, I'm a printer of toys. The maker is this guy right here. You guys are the makers. Like I said, little things like, like this guy that I brought up. This guy, hey, you know what? I'm pretty proud of myself. I used Yurko's parts and I made a figure out of it instead of actually having the collector. I used Trap Jaw's bottom jaw. I used the top collector, shrunk it down, and then I used his arms for the staff. So that one I was pretty proud of. But yeah, definitely not as much of a maker of toys as you are there, bro, man. But and here, Yurko, there's the smaller head. This is pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. So a lot of these pieces and parts, like I said, these are just prints. I Oh yeah. See, and that's a good idea, because then you can print it out however you want. And if you use like a clear resin like this, and you do the print with like a water slide decal, then you can put it on here, and you can set it up the way you want to. If you do it on paper, paper gets dry or whatever. But if you use that water slide decal, then you could put the Mod Podge, or you could put the other stuff that you have, to where it keeps it nice and shiny, keeps it dark, and covers it up. Yeah, see, that's kind of how I feel. I don't really do a whole bunch, as far as I've done some stuff in the past, and I could say I've done some cool stuff that I've actually done by hand, but that was before the printers. I did a lot of clay, if I've done some putty work and all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, I love it. And the fact that I've got all those printers in my closet, getting it all taken care of, and you know what? It's really cool, because most of you, I say most because there is a couple that you're like, there's one that's like, what the hell? Are awesome people, like nice. There's one that's a little off, little mean, likes to stir the pot, likes to talk shit about other artists, and I don't really care for it. But everybody that I've run into that does these 3D renders is just amazing people. You are awesome, Yurko. You're probably one of the nicest, most humble guys I've ever met in my life. And it's just, you can tell, in your work, you can see what you do. You do a lot for, I mean, even like you're doing what people want. You're giving us what we can't have anywhere else. So I love it. And then, like, well, even, and this same person talked bad about this guy that made these. So like the Aliencito sent me these. He didn't charge me. He didn't put me on the, I knew he was putting them on the website, but he just emailed them to me so I could make them. So it was like really cool that, you guys know that when I get this stuff done, I'm going to shout you out, and I'm going to make sure you get the credit that what you made. And I appreciate you guys so much for, even reaching out and just even chatting with me about it, because I think it's awesome. So, and one of my favorite pieces Yurko made, none of you guys have it because it's just for me. It was the MVP trophy, the Michael Jordan trophy, and Jokic won it the first. He was the inaugural winner, my boy, for the Nuggets, and he's going to win it again this year. But he's got 3 of them. This will be his 4th MVP of the league, and that was the MVP for the entire league. And he made that one for me, and it is freaking perfect. It's so good. So anyway, so those are my prints of the week. Prints of the week. You know, I'll do something. But my pickups that I haven't opened up yet, that I was going to open on my live, I did get something from Spiro. I did get an AWOC Blight. He is, I don't know, he's probably one of the coolest looking ones that I've seen so far that I haven't, you know, messed with yet. Yeah, he's, dude, you know what? Every time, because I print a lot of your stuff, I print a lot of his stuff. I mean, you know how it is. I know you because we spoke about it. You're the architectural guy. You do, you could, I mean, for God's sakes, you made the Horde building, the gigantic Horde, what is it called? I forget. You made all that stuff. You made the vehicles, you made the towers, you made, and I'm telling you, if I can get it printed on my resin printer, I'll do it. If not, I'll have to jump over to my filament, which I haven't even started using yet. But come on, Hell Skull, really, dude, Hell Skull, it's so good. That video you put out is so awesome, dude. I really, dude, it's so good. Yeah, I was pretty excited for him. I have a couple. I have the Beastman looking one, and then I have the Puma guy. And now I'm gonna do this guy. He looks really cool. And then what's really funny is before Hasbro Pulse even got it to me, I got this from Amazon. So I had ordered it from Amazon the same time whenever it came out. So Amazon got it to me before. Yeah, dude, honestly, especially because of what you do. And I mean, it's, these already have a lot of cool colors and things like that, but I could definitely see where you could accent it and make them a little bit pop, you know. So let's get this opened up. But how's everybody doing, man? Like, how are you guys? Like, it is a walk. Yes, Ken, the man, the myth, the legend is here. Let's get this guy out. He looks good, man. I love that color. Yep, I got me an AWOC. So we've got a bunch of hands. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. So you got your 4 hands in there. And I noticed, I think, yep, nope, it does have one thing right across the middle. So let me get my snips. All right, that's it. Just one, right? So it just goes one all the way across. It's good. So far, so good. Like, he feels nice. He feels like heavy. He's got that plastic feels good, dude. Good articulation. The purple, bud, you're gonna, dude. Like, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but look at that purple. And then oh man, look at his armor on the side, the shoulder. Oh man. And then he's got, so it's like Charlotte Hornet colors. I'm going back to the 90s where I want to wear my starter jacket. And then it's got that metallic purple, goes all the way around. This is a good looking figure, man. This is a really good looking figure. Holy cow. Okay, let's see. Everybody saying hi to Ken Dog. Yeah, the blue mohawk. It is so good. I love it, man. But this part right here is where I love it. I mean, the most, because it just really stands out. His armor on his, and then his purple shoulder, like even the elbow has like a lighter purple. And then you've got that shoulder piece, and then it goes across. Dude, this guy is badass. This guy is really badass. I don't know why I didn't get him before. And I know I ordered a bunch from that Kickstarter, like a bunch. Not a bunch, but I did order, and I think I ordered a lot of the smaller ones because I was thinking about ordering one of the bigger guys, but man, I figured, you know, I can have more of the smaller guys, or I can have that one big dude, which there are some cool bigger guys too, but, and I'm really bad with the name, so I apologize. Definitely. Let's see. See, I told you. Yeah, no, it would. And I mean it's already got metallic. It's like if you look at this piece here and then the stripes there, they're all like a metallic layer. He is cool, man. And you've got that good. Jeez, this always you could always hear this one. I don't know if you can hear it or not because I know my microphone cancels a lot of sound out. So it was clicking as his little ab crunch. But he's got his little color shifting sword, and you've got your staff, and then you've got these two little guys, and it does have extra hands. So I love this guy, dude. I really do. He is so cool. He's probably so far he's my favorite AWOC because the Puma guy is cool and the Beastman looking guy is cool, but this one's definitely my favorite out of the group. Yeah. Yeah, the gorillas are cool. They just look so sly, dude. They just look like they're ready to just yeah. They look, and of course, they're running around a little bit more intelligent than the other ones. They've got a little bit more planning, Oh, you put them together and you have the spear. Okay, so oh yeah. What am I thinking? That's what this guy's on top for, right? Boom. See, that's why I have you here, Nolan. Nolan knows his shit. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I don't really know too much about this, but here you go. You got your spear now. Damn. That is so cool. That is so good, man. Hannibal. Oh yeah, so the comics. See, you guys, I kind of missed the boat on a lot of these, man. So he's even got the foot armor going all the way down to cover his feet. I like it, man. I'm very, very happy with this purchase. Oh yeah. I have to look through those again because now I'm not sure about that one. Bo knows, Nolan knows. Bo knows hockey. No, that was remember that commercial? It was everybody was like, Bo knows tennis, Bo knows running, Bo knows cycling, and then Gretzky comes up and he goes, no, because it's like he ain't getting on skates. That dude's gonna fall on his ass. It was good shit. Yeah. Dude, honestly, as much as I hate to say it, because you guys know I bleed orange and blue, but I I loved Bo Jackson, dude. That was like my moped. That was like my guilty pleasure that I would keep up with Bo Jackson. I would want to see him because he was like the Michael Jordan. Like he was that guy. Of course, stats and stuff and greatness overall, he's not Michael Jordan, but like at that time, he was larger than life. He was the Michael Jordan of football. Like he did everything. Like that run he did in Seattle, the Kingdom, like he ran, what did he run? 102 yards. He went all the way through and then he ran through the tunnel and went all the way in and obviously had to catch his breath and all that. That was one of the coolest Monday night moments that I had ever seen, man. That was such a cool moment with him. He was a badass. So, other pickup of the week. I got this yesterday. Like I said, from Amazon of all places. I did get the email from Hasbro Pulse telling me that it's been shipped, but Amazon comes through, man. They got it before. So I'll open this guy up. I showed my son. I go, check it out. I got Xandar. He goes, he looks like a girl. I go, I'm not going to argue with you there. I have my thoughts already on his face. Like, I'm really not a fan of his face. You know what it reminds me of? What comes to mind was yeah, no, I did too. I followed him in both. Like I remember that All-Star game when Wade Boggs hit a home run or Bo Jackson hit a home run, then Wade Boggs hit a home run right after and Reagan was doing the color commentary. And I don't remember shit I did last week, but I remember shit like that. And Bo hit that home run. It was the first pitch. It was the first pitch of the All-Star game and he knocked it out. And I was like, dude, Bo Jackson is like the man. Him and Agassi and Jordan, those were like and even Dion, like those were the guys that were bigger than life because they did everything, Love them. I love the early 90s, man. 80s and 90s, that shit was awesome for everything, sports included, because Gretzky, all those guys were just there. So I am not a freaking fan of his. So I just wish he looked more angry. Like he looks like a very polite British guy. And I don't mean that insulting to British people, but he looks like he would ask you for a spot of tea. And I wish they would have done something with his eyebrows, or let's see, let me cover that up. So his eyebrows, or just something to make his face look angrier. I don't know. What do you guys think about this guy? I don't know. I'm not. I He doesn't look like a dreadnought. He doesn't look like the one you see in the cartoon. I'm not. Yeah, maybe that. Maybe I'm thinking. Yeah, I remember Meg said, yeah, it was a redhead. I really want to fix this. I think this is the figure that I look at and I have a buddy's mentality. I really want to fix his face. This reminds, you know what comes to mind? Remember Step Brothers? Says, I don't know what it is about your face, but I want to put my fist right in it. He was like, is there anything I can do about it? No, it's your face. He's like, you fix it or I'll fix it for you. His face is terrible. Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, see, I guarantee you, Broman's head sculpt on his is going to be so much better. So he's got his little scarf, and he's got his little vest. I do like his shoulder armor. That is cool with the design there. He's got his steel toe boots. He's got the little nut blasters. So if he kicks you in the nuts with these, or what does he have to do if that's when he needs to wipe crap off the bottom of his other shoe? He wipes it on that. Yo, time scales. What's up, Grego from Tokyo? Man, how are you doing out there, man? How is it? Like you hear all these crazy things going on in the world, and I'm thinking, man, how are you feeling? I heard, the whole sickness got you guys, man. Do it. Do it. Yeah, it's not. I mean, like I said, even if I could figure out a way to sand it down and make his eyebrows more angry, that would suffice for me. I think I would be happy with that. If I just fixed his eyebrows and pointed them down a little and pissed him off. Otherwise, it's okay. Yeah, there's nothing like, I'm not terrible. I don't think it looks crappy, but I just think it's, I think they could have done better for Dreadnought. I agree. Yeah, that sounds better, because I'm not bitching about it as far as that goes. I'm just saying the other Dreadnoughts, they're Dreadnoughts. He's just kind of, hello, would you like this spot of tea? How you doing? I've got red makeup on. No. Okay, so let's check him out. Whoa, sorry, hit a question mark there on my, or Xandar hit a question mark. So we got his little pew pew. Of course, they're taped, and he's got that little knife. And he's got this one. This one's interesting. This one looks like it could do some damage. And I'm not a huge Joe guy. I used to love Joe when I was, and I still watch the cartoon. I still love watching the cartoon, but I am the cherry picker with the line. I'm not like a Joe aficionado, but I do enjoy the line, and I do enjoy still watching the cartoon. I do. I watched them like I had a marathon. Like, there's that Hasbro channel on YouTube. This thing's badass, huh? I bet that would do some damage in real life. But I watched the YouTube channel Hasbro Live, so I have 24 hours of Joe's just going. And I watched a few episodes that I posted on my Instagram, so I know a lot of people, if you saw it, you remember it. That episode where they were trying to mess with Shipwreck, and they put those blob people, like they were making the shape of trying to make him have these weird memories, or weird trying to mess with his mind so he would tell him the code. that the doctor implanted into his brain. But every time he like stabbed somebody or anytime he fought somebody and he was like getting them in a chokehold, then they would melt into that. That shit was a funny episode. That was a good episode. It was a scary one when I was a kid. When I was a kid, that blob stuff was scary, man. What the hell? But all right, where am I going to put this knife here? Does he have a little kniffy spot here? Oh, wait. What about this one? So I know he's got... I put his gun in there. I guess this big one would be in here. Yeah, that fits in there. And this guy... Oh, it goes in his back. Because, you know, that's a good spot for it. Because if you get in a fight and land on your back, that's going to hurt. Like, that's what they always told us at... Like, when I was working at the prison, they're like, don't, when you use your belt, don't put the stuff right in the middle of your back, because if you have any issues and you fall backwards on it, you're going to fuck yourself up. So, word to the wise. But in G.I. Joe, you don't have to worry because no one hit you. The only people that the only things that manage to get hit are the bats, right? Nobody hit you. Like, you could walk through a whole field getting shot at with the zap lasers, doop, 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 and they're missing you the whole time. Nobody hits anybody. Unless you're a bat, then you're going to blow up. They hit you right in the chest. I mean, they are dead nuts when you're a bat. But if you're a person, forget it, man. They're just the worst aim ever. Kind of hilarious if you think about it. But that's what happens. It's a cartoon for kids. Yeah, it is cool. Yeah, I agree. So it's got the back. It's got that place for that big old hatchet looking thing. And then he's got his gun up front here on the top. And then I just have him holding the big dog. I like it. So he's got a harpoon, huh? Damn. Mess some shit up. You know what I really hope that... Oh, you know what I think? I bet I could 3D print one. Do you guys know if there's a 3D print file for Zartan's little... The one he came with? That little thing, that skid thing that went across the water? That would be cool to make one of those, like a 3D print version in the scale. Because they probably, since they've already came out with Zartan in the, you know, like a con exclusive with all the different faces. They already came out with the retro card. I don't think they're going to come out with his vehicle. But you would think that something like that, considering that they're making, you know, these larger vehicles for the Pulse and stuff, you would think that one would be kind of easy to make for the shelf. Like they did the little ATV, and then they did that what is it? I guess it's the ATV, right? They did that one for the shelf. They should do Zartan's little glider thing that he came with, because I remember having that when I was a kid. It came with him and that little thing, whatever it's called. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a Joe guy, so I apologize to the Joe people that are yelling the name at me at the screen, because I'm not a Joe guy. So, but the other thing, so hold on, let me see. I know it's weird to do this on a live, but I am in a freaking big hurt right now, and I gotta do that. I'm hurting. I was trying to get ready for this, and I was trying to get stuff going, and I I forgot to take my pill for the day. Allison Troy, welcome to the show, ma'am. I appreciate it. I know you're here for the smaller stature toys. I'm trying to find something short for you, because I know that's why you're here. I know, I'm sorry. GI Army guy knowledge. I ain't got it, man. I ain't got the knowledge for the GI Army guys. I'm trying to find a small stature figure for Allison. Hold on, I got one. Allison, just for you. Oh, stepped on something. Okay. My smaller stature figure of the day. My mask. Yeah. Venom. What's going on with some Venom action, huh? Miles Mayhem. He don't give a shit. This one actually I printed on. It's actually a mask stand, but it says mask on it. I need to get one that has Venom on it for him. But it's cool. You could set their mask on there, or you could sit. He's you know what for like a hefty white dude that just seemed like he had a lot of money. You know, like a Daddy Warbucks looking guy, but he was one evil mother effer. He was pretty diabolical back then, man. He didn't care either. He would just like he set up roadblocks to freaking to steal shit from people. And of course he is like worse than Cobra Commander. He's getting shit, but he's smarter. I mean, Cobra Commander kind of has that Skeletor comic relief style to him, and not not uh not Miles, man. He don't give a shit. And he's like he wants to fuck shit up. That's what he wants. Oh, I am so excited, Jeff. I cannot wait for that to come. I did have even oh, I don't have tracker on here, but this was probably my favorite gift. I got this for my birthday. I remember it like it was yesterday. There was like a little, I know my mom had like a blue wrapping paper with like yellow stripes on it, and in a ribbon. I remember that one because I popped that thing open and it was a Thunderhawk, and I just was my favorite gift that I had ever gotten, man. That was so freaking awesome. Yes, Swamp Skier, thank you. I wonder if there's a printout for that. I'd really like to have that for Zartan. And I did get the I'm going to say the bad word, I'm sorry. I did get the Super 7 Zartan. What's going on, Mikey? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. I know you're probably on break. I did get the Super 7 one because it changed colors. I did miss out on the con exclusive Zartan. So if anybody, happens to stumble on the show and have an extra one, let me know. I'll purchase it from you. I see them on eBay. They're a little more expensive than I mean, whatever. They think they're like at $100, $115. But I would like to get that one, the Master of Disguise one. That one is a cool setup. I'd like to get it. But anyway, so I have the regular Zartan, and I have the retro carded Zartan, but I didn't get the exclusive. But how cool would that be to have his little swamp vehicle? That'd be kind of cool. I don't know. It'd be kind of cute. So, all right. So that one, let's see. What else was I going to say? What else? I had a lot of babbling to do. But yeah, we were talking about Mask. I really hope so. You see the loyal subjects for like Turtles. Turtles is kind of the one that I really see a lot of. I know they did those little cutesy loyal subject Masters Universe, but they're like, big head, little body, Funko looking ones. But as far as an actual figure goes, if they made that in the scale that they made the Turtles that are the loyal subject Turtles, do you think they would do that, or do you think they're going to make it small like the original? Like, do you think they're going to do this standard size for it, or do you think they might upscale it a little? Because what the turtle line is, what, 5-inch? I don't even know I don't buy any of those. I saw them at Ross, like all over Ross. I might have bought a couple of them, but I don't think I opened any of them. Those are some of the ones that I bought that went straight to the tub, meaning in my garage in storage. Exactly the same size. Okay. Which I'm cool with. How about are they going to stick to the lack of detail on the faces and stuff? Are they going to do that, like just painting a little bit of the hair? And are they doing the same arm, or are they actually going to do an articulated arm? I don't know. I haven't heard anything from that. I mean, what you just told me about the exact same size, that's the first I've heard that they were doing it that way. I mean, they do have articulated legs, so he does have the bend in the leg. But he has the straight arm. Not that it matters. I mean, and look, the painting's not bad. I mean, he's got all his little gold on there. But I do have it was actually Wes, my boy Wes, that the one that like waged a war against Ace, the one that was like threatening him and stuff. Because Wes is a little, you don't want to cross Wes. He kicks some shit out, man. He's not, he don't mess around. He was the one that had the files for a lot of those masks, like the one that Gloria, was it Gloria Baker's set up her vehicle? He had the file and he was actually buddies and he talked to Ace about making it. And then stuff fell through and then Ace used the file still and made it with the information, the file that he had made. So he got so mad. But then I was like, whatever, because I was like trying to, I was kind of pissed with him about it, but then he went and bought stuff from him. So I'm like, dude, if you're buying ramen stuff, you're obviously not that mad. So I just kind of let it go. But I love you, Wes. You're the man. He's cool. He's cool people. He actually sent me the file for the mask, like, what is it? Like the main room where they put the masks on them, the control center. Like he had it set up. Like if you ever go, I think he got his Instagram got shut down because he kept threatening Ace. But he has I'll have to find his YouTube because he has a video of that little section, and it even has like he even put the video on there, like where like she code name whatever, like the robot little voice talking about who they're picking for their adventure. So he did really really good on that one. But so anyway, I'm going back too far. Yeah, I thought that was pretty jacked up myself, dude. Like that they were supposed to work together, but then it fell through, and then all of a sudden he's making it. Like, oh, Wes was so fired up. But I actually, in my whole long story, what I was trying to get at was that Wes actually gave me the file for a T-Bob. So I actually have a T-Bob that I printed. It doesn't have the wheel. He actually made one with the wheel coming out, but the one he gave me was just the legged. He's just like the legged one. But no Scott, but I got T-Bob. And he also I have a 6-inch. I actually printed it a little too big because he's like 7-inch. He's almost the size of like the biker mice. Kind of reminds me of that big. But he's got the joints. He's got the articulation. It's just like the pins on it. But I did a Matt Tracker print, and the mask on it is perfect. So I was thinking maybe even using a G.I. Joe. And I know somebody, who did that? Guys, help me out. I know one of the guys that we were on with on YouTube on a panel. He was either on Saturday night or it was a different one, but he did a Matt Tracker and it really came out good. But I have that. I have the mask for Matt Tracker and it's perfect. So I want to maybe use a GI Joe body and do that. Do a Matt Tracker. That'd be kind of cool. But I finally opened this guy up as well with the vac metal. I do have a couple in box, but I wanted to open the one I got from Amazon because it had tape on it and it jacked it up. So I did finally get him open. And then I wanted to try it out with my 3D printed head because the color worked out good. And I might have put this on Saturday for you guys in the clubhouse, but he actually looks really cool with the mask. So very cool, very cool. Oh, yeah, that vac metal face. Like I have I did get 3 also. Yeah, I have the one. I have the 2 in box, and then I opened one up. But yeah, so this was a 3D print that I had done a long time ago. So this is like when I first met Punk, and I had mentioned in his live a couple times, and that's when he kind of got pissed off when I was like, "So, are they doing the masked Cobra Commander?" And he had already gone over it a million times, so he kind of was whatever with me. But I had already printed this out, so I thought it doesn't matter. And if you look at the cartoon, of course, the Cobra symbol's a little bit bigger on this one, but I don't care. That's fine by me. Yeah, the Crow. No, honestly, like that, I agree with you. Like the Super 7 ones, they just have a standard silver, and I didn't really care for it. Plus, all of them. What I don't understand is why is this never centered? How do they not get that right? That stripe up the middle, is it not supposed to be centered? I don't get it. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, no, I love the way this one looks. And I actually had it on the one I got. I painted the one from, oh my God, what am I doing? I'm knocking everything over. But I painted this one blue and I painted the stripes on there. But when this one came out, I was like, well, I don't have to worry about this one anymore. I'll just use the one out of the box. So that's why I think I might open the second one and do the second one, have one with the chrome and then one with the hood. Because the hood looks best on this figure. The hood looks really good on this figure. So that is that. And you guys, well, and this was the one I opened. When I opened the other ones last week, I did not have him yet. So this is that Mecha Neck. So this, actually, you know what, bud? So isn't this the legs that they're using for Clamp Champ also? And the arms? Are they using this buck for Clamp Champ? Because I think they are, when I think about it. Like, it's so cool because they even have the snakes on the boots. Coolest looking Mecha Neck I've seen so far, for sure. I put his, I wanted to see what the shield looked like on Ratlord, because Ratlord had the two pegs there, so I put it on the back of Ratlord. He's pretty damn cool too. This is my favorite for sure out of all those. Not even a question, man. But yeah, I don't know. I wasn't sure. I thought they all kind of had that similar body style or armor style. But oh, and another one I got that I already opened was her. She purty. So Faker Battle Cat actually gave me one of the heads for her, and then he gave me the blast, like the magic effect for her. But I thought, man, you know what? Especially having the Ghost of Christmas Past and having that, they have such good sculpts on the faces, man. She's just got such a good looking face sculpt. So I did pick her up. I don't remember her name. You guys, I'm sure you mythic people know her name, but she's pretty badass. I have to say, I do like her as well. And I'm still, I saw the other day, he probably already got it done, but I saw that Alan Samant from Attorney of Dreams was looking to get, oh, does he? Oh, look at Mr. Home Arcade comes in. He knows. So he has the bare arms, and so the legs on his are just straight new molding then. That's pretty cool. Two Bop Steady boots. Let's see. Let me get him. Oh, God. I'll just get the funky one that I was playing with that I did this to. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but okay. Oh, so just the line boots like that. That's key. It looks funny. I don't know why I did that. I was just goofing off. But oh, you know what else I was going to bring up? And I know we're at an hour, but I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, he's pretty colorful. Watching and driving. Yeah, I know this dude's always on the go. Hopefully you guys get all your package. I sent one. Let's see. I sent one to Corey at Make Shape Create. I sent one to you. Oh, and I sent an eBay one out. So I didn't make it to get some shit out of there, which is nice. I finally got to the post office. Yeah. They're in black. Okay. I'll have to look at them again. I think I need to pay attention a little bit. But I was thinking too so this is what I did the other day from Big Bad Toy Store. Oh, God, why did I put something so low on the ground? Guys, have you seen this one? This is like apparently from the very sought after elusive Wave 7. Have you seen this? Have you heard about this wave? I don't know if you have, because I was looking for this wave. I never found it. I can't believe, it wasn't on the peg for a year and a half. It didn't ruin the line. I don't. These were $5 on Big Bad Toy Store. And I had to get it because you guys know with the new collab coming up, I thought, what more of a perfect body are you gonna have for a Thundercat head, right? Like, you got a furry chest and you got some hair on the arms. I mean, come on. Your He-Man with hairy chest. See, look. Dude, the bucks are gonna be perfect. So the reason I did that was because I was thinking, well, how many extra heads do we have with these Lion-Os? Like, I have so many Lion-Os from Super 7. And I was like, well, why not? Why not buy? So I bought 5 or 6 of these. Because at $5 and $4 shipping, like, why not, right? Why not get the Stratos? I mean, I know it's a little darker, but I mean, we're getting that collab coming up, man. We're gonna have to and the reason I did that to buy these to make the Origins ones are because I have a car for them to drive. And I thought these guys will go cool in this one, right? I mean, the size is a little bigger. I already have my Lion-O from Super 7 in there. But, yeah, this is freaking heavy, man. But the Origins are going to fit in there perfectly, I think. The legs don't bend as well. Look at that. Like a glove, baby. Oh. So it's a little lower, but, you know, you could fit the Origins guys on here. Oh, God. Okay, I'm putting him down. Jeez. Oh. That thing's heavy, man. So, let's see. Who's that? Who are you talking about? What am I at? Let's see. Oh, the He-Man with the hairy chest. Yeah. That would be, yeah, the Thunder Tank is heavy, man. Shit. And I did get, I think this one might have been $6. But I mean, this sculpt is great. Anything with the 2000X line. So here's my thought process. And I've been brainstorming over and over about this freaking room. Booster C. They need a little. I'm gonna 3D print a little phone book and do like the little fingers, like the yellow pages or whatever. My thought process on this room, I've got a lot of wasted space. As much as I've got a lot of stuff on there, it's still wasted space. I have floating shelves with 2 figures. I got floating shelf 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 figures. So I'm gonna take all my floating shelves down and I'm just gonna put like the bookshelf style. I don't have any detolfs or anything. Like, I don't know if I'll be able to find anything from, like, my parents getting those storage units and stuff. Like, this thing came from a storage unit here, and I put a light on it, but then the battery died. I have rechargeables in there, but I need to get that fixed. 2 more. Right. See, and that I have my disco. I used a 3D printed head and I don't like it. So I actually did want to do with this head and just paint it black to match it. But I love the disco look. Like, I put my Disco Skeletor with the 2000X Disco Skeletor with my Mondo Disco Skeletor all on the same shelf. But maybe the Mondos I'll figure out to keep in the spot. But what I want to do is I'm going to put bookshelves here, so I can even bookshelf this whole wall. So I can go 1, 2, 3, 4 of the tall bookshelves. I could line them up with everything that's already on here and then some, because you're going to have so much more depth because of the shelves. I could get the stands that go taller. Because, I want to bust. I mean, I have a lot of the 2000X figures. Like, I want to put those out. Like, I have them in a bin. Why the fuck do I have them in a bin for? Because I don't have room. But if I do make better decisions on what I'm putting on my, what I'm putting them on, I'll be fine. So let's see. Well, look on BBTS. I think they're $6. I think it's $5.99 or something. That's I got this one, and it's the Euro card, but who cares, right? You're gonna use it for a custom. Dude, I got a lot of Stratos, a lot of I got a couple of these. Dude, I opened up a bunch of packages and I got some what was it? Amazon had had Zodak for like $7. So I got a bunch of Zodaks. So yeah, I need to make better decisions all around, Mikey. All the way around, I need to make better decisions. But if I do that with the bookshelves, then I can put everything on the bookshelves that I wanted. I can put the 2000X guys on there as well, so I'll still have room. And I already got another bookshelf, so I'll put that one up and get rid of put all my classics on there because I have a classics wall here. But if I put them in bookshelf area, and even if I did the stands like this right here, where they go up and higher, it'll work. Because guess what? Cat's Lair's coming. I mean, I didn't get the email yet, but it's coming eventually. They said by February was going to be the last ones they ship out are going to be February. So it's not going to be more than a month before I have Cat's Lair. And then with the crossover, it's so fucking cool because if we're able to have Eternia and the other setups and the Gray Skull with the third wall and the stairs and the sorceress chair and all that crazy shit that I got printed already, I'm going to have a setup for the playset. So I'm going to have, so I have Eternia on this cool rolling table. I'm going to have maybe on this side, or maybe I'll put Eternia on this side, and on this side, I'll put Cat's Lair behind us by the window and have, and it's so cool because these two properties that are merging, like, dude, it's like my mind is blown because the turtle merge was okay. But I'm older, so turtles wasn't my thing. Like I was born in 78, so by the time the turtles came out, I was kind of already, like starting to drop toys, and I was really into sports. So I kind of was once I hit 5th grade, man, basketball, boom, I was all about sports and girls. But when the turtles were out, I thought they were cool. I liked the video game. I liked the cartoon, but I wasn't a giant turtles guy. Never. I didn't buy any of the turtles toys at all. So the turtle crossover is cool, but it's not as cool as the Thundercat. I wish they would have done the crossover with the Thundercats first, because that's my shit right there. Like my school, when I went to a Catholic school from preschool to 8th grade. When we would get to school at 7:45 and we would go to school till 4:03. Thundercats, I believe, was on till 4:30. And dude, I'm old. I am. So, oh, my back is telling me I'm old. But I would run, like if my mom would get us a ride home, it would be better. But even if I was walking to school, I would sprint home from school. I'd go across the train tracks. I had like this cool back way to get home, jump across the little ditch that was across the street from my house. And I would run as fast as I could to get home to catch at least the second half of Thundercats, because Thundercats was always on from 4 to 4:30 on, I don't even remember what channel, WGN, or it was channel 2, Denver WGN. WGN was Chicago. I don't remember what the Denver was. Denver 2. It was Denver 2. That's the same channel I watched Blinky on. I don't know if you guys know Blinky the Clown. I think that's a Colorado thing. Because Bozo the Clown was the Chicago station and Blinky the Clown was the Denver station. Yeah. See, for me, I was my shit when I was a kid. My favorite thing to sit down in front of was Thundercats. He-Man was my start. I loved He-Man to start because that was kind of where I started with everything. But G.I. Joe I loved watching G.I. Joe. I love watching Transformers. But Thundercats was different. Like sitting in front of Thundercats just did something. Like the intro, the song, it hit different than anything else. Because when you think of He-Man, it had the little jingle, but he was talking the whole time and he was giving you this story and explaining what's going on. When you got to Thundercats, it just jammed out, man. Like it hyped you up. Like I freaking loved it, man. And yeah, I think that's the other thing is turtles are saturated, and like everyone jokes, who is the that's like the main joke in the toy tube is that if you have a license, you could get a license for turtles. If you have anything, you can get a crossover with turtles. But like even like um what is it, the Tiger Sharks, man, like that song, the intro to Tiger Sharks was awesome. But any of those, it's like the similar cartoons, but I loved Thundercats more than and Mask again, like we were talking about. Frankie was talking. We just I or all music fan. We were talking about Mask. That was one of my favorites too because Miles Mayhem didn't give a shit, man. He would kidnap a kid and fuck with a kid to get what he needed. Like he was a mean motherfucker. He did not fuck. He didn't like to mess around. Yeah, Silverhawks too. Yeah, I was thinking Tiger Sharks. Yeah, Silverhawks was another one. And you figure it's all that similar. What is it? Production company, right? They all did the same. Um, oh man, I could tell I've been sitting here longer than an hour because I'm like it's kicking in pretty good. Um, but anyway, so no, but I don't care because I'm talking about cartoons. Cartoons, man, I will still sit down and watch cartoons. I love watching the retro stuff on YouTube when people have those Saturday morning cartoons. Um, I'll throw on like there was the one that like I said, he has like the waifu stuff. Orbital Bacon, he does a lot of the waifu stuff, which is funny to me. But he got me turned on to that. The one I maybe mentioned it in a live before, but he showed on a Saturday morning. He did that Flight is Might. He did that Dragonflies show, and it was more of a later '90s, but it was such a cool cartoon. So I binge watched the whole thing after that one episode that I saw. And I just loved it. And then I bought some of the toys on eBay. They were really cheap because they were really not. I don't know who made them. Galoob. It was not a good company, but you had the thing. You pull the string and they would fly. And I mean, if you do it, they fly. But those are the ones that come down and you know. But I did it a few times. They didn't break. But yeah, so GoBots was another one of my favorites. I loved watching GoBots. That was another, like all of those cartoons. And I think about it, I'm like, where did I have time to watch all these? Because I was always outside on my bike running around, but maybe in the afternoon, like there was a stretch of time where I would always just be inside watching the cartoons. And I think that's later on in life when I started doing sports and I was always outside shooting baskets. Like we had a really cheap basketball hoop on my garage. Dirt. We didn't have concrete until I was in high school, but I learned to dribble on dirt. It was like you had this uneven terrain. You had to learn how to control the ball a little bit better. Still really didn't dribble very well. I was a good shooter. I was a hell of a shooter. But I always, I think about like, wow, how did I have time? I used to get up early. Like I laugh because my son always wants to get up early because he's like, I don't want to have my whole day at school. So he wakes up at 5:45 and school's at 7:45. So he gets up at 5:45 every morning because he wants to enjoy his morning. He's like, I don't want to just get up and go to school. And I think that's awesome. I'm like, yeah, no, I used to get up at least an hour before I started to get ready for work. Even when I was going to work, I'd make sure if I did an early shift, if I had to be at work at 5:45, I'd get up an hour before I started to get ready. So, but I used to do that. My mom and dad were sleeping. I would get up and I would go sit in the living room with the big wooden TV, turn it on with your hand because that was your remote. And I would sit, I guess I have to say it this way, crisscross applesauce. But I would sit there with my legs crossed and I'd have my cereal by myself in the dark and I would turn on Bozo the Clown. And Bozo the Clown, because it was in Chicago, it was a central time. So that was on at 5 a.m. my time because it was on 6 a.m. in Chicago. So we had to watch, it was 5 a.m. for us. Yeah, because we were earlier. So I always had to get up early to watch to watch that. God, I'm blind. Oh, it's basketball. Sorry. It was a basketball. I thought it was like a nut or something. It looked like like one of those. Thought a squirrel was gonna come get it. But I used to love Bozo the Clown because the one game that they would play was I always waited for that moment because they had a game that they had buckets lined up and Bozo would give them a ball and you throw the ball in the bucket. And once you drop it in the first bucket, really, really close, you'd get like a candy bar, whatever. You go into the next one and you'd get something just a little bit better, the grand prize game. And the very end one, if you hit that one, you got the big play set, G.I. Joe, or oh my God, like the big vehicles for things. Like, and I remember those are all the toys I loved so much. And I'm thinking, and I would set those up at my house and I'd have those buckets there, dude. And I was like, see what's crazy to me is, you know, you grew up in Chicago or you're in Chicago. Dude, so you had a chance. You had that glimmer of hope thinking, man, the studio's close to where you were. For me, the weird thing is I grew up in a small town called Walsenburg. It's a very like my graduating class in high school was 45. My school when I graduated had 200 in the whole school when I graduated. But the small town, it was south of Pueblo, so it's south of Colorado Springs, south of Denver, so it's way southern Colorado. It's obviously north of New Mexico, but maybe an hour and a half off the border of New Mexico. But we had weird channels. So the cable that we used actually had. Hey, thank you, Dave. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited because Oz, and I know I'm going off on a tangent and I'm like, squirrel, but Oz hooked me up, man. He put me on the he kind of had everybody come over to my channel for the live on Saturday. And I think I'm at like 3,400 and some watch hours, which I was at like 31, and I'm like 34 now, or am I 24? Am I 24 or 34? I'm getting closer, but I'm at 922 on my subs. So I'm getting closer. No, I'm sorry, 24. 2403 on my watch hours. So I'm closer to 3,000. I was at 21 watch hours. So I'm at 24. So that helped a lot. And then on my subs, I'm at 922. So hell yeah, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But the whole Bozo thing. So my channels that we got, I didn't get the Pueblo channels. I didn't get the Colorado Springs, Southern Colorado channels. The cable company that we have, I know. And you know what? I see all these channels that get them like in a night when they have this big thing where they're like, hey, everybody like the chat, you know, and they get all these subs in one night, which would be cool. But I did get quite a bit. So I had 895 when I started Oz's stream, and then I ended with 922. So I am more than grateful. That is so awesome. Because otherwise, I've been just kind of doing it on my own. You know, it was the first time I actually had somebody kind of help me out, which is so cool. And I thank him so much. But we had the Denver station. So we didn't get any of the stations from Springs or the Pueblo where we should have got them because they were like 40 minutes away. We got the Denver station. So I got KMGH channel 2. So I got to watch Blinky the Clown, who was pretty cool. He wasn't as cool as Bozo, but Blinky was awesome. He always had a really cool happy birthday song. I always remember his happy birthday song. I still sing it to my sister, even though she turned 50 this year. And then we got WGN. We always got WGN wherever we were. Even when I had local cable here in Pueblo, we had WGN as a local, like as a weird, like a channel that we always had. So we always had Cub games. Oh, this is a Harry Carey doing the Cubbies. And Bozo. Bozo was the shit, man. I loved Bozo. It was just so awesome. Well, dude, like I just started getting more of the watch hours because I'm doing the lives now. I've been doing the lives for about a month, 2 months. So about 2 months, but I hate that I didn't stay consistent. I was doing 5:30 and everything was fine. But my son's mom, who we split time with Merrick, she got a new job. So I have him till 7. So the 5:30 thing, I'm dad first, like you guys said, dad first all the time. I'm not going to mess around with that. So tonight she picks him up at 7. So I make sure he's all ready, and then I start at 7, and he just goes out when his mom gets here. Yeah, dude, it was cool. We used to always, and I don't think WGN did Bulls games, but I always remember the Cubs games. And but I remember watching Jordan when I was a young kid. Like there was a commercial on the Denver channel that the Nuggets were playing the Bulls, and it was probably his second year or first year. And I always remember the commercial. They go, "It's Michael Jordan," and they showed him dunk. And I was so young, I didn't even know what the hell's going on. Right? I was what, 6, 7, and we had a basketball hoop, a big size regular basketball hoop, hooked up with a hanger wire, hooked up to my mom's clothesline. So the clothesline went across, but the other side of the clothesline, there was a hoop, no backboard. And I used to jump off this little tree stump that was cut. And I would jump off the tree stump and dunk it. And I'd say, "It's Michael Jordan." And I had no idea what I was saying, but I remember doing that. Though, so see, yeah, I wouldn't have caught him then. So, but dude, and even any of those Bulls games, like the announcers were always so biased, and I loved it. They were so, and they killed it for so many years, man. They were, and I look at it now, it's still not going to ever be the same. Although being a fan, I can say that I'm pretty happy with the way that my team's going, man. After getting Westbrook, I know I'm not going to turn this into a sports ball live because then everybody will go home. But that getting Russell Westbrook is huge. He has been so good for us. And Jamal had 45 last night against the Mavericks. So our team is gelling. We're starting to play well at the right time. So I am super excited about my Nuggets. But anyway, so guys, I think I'm gonna call it. I appreciate all of you. You guys, this was so much fun. It's been very stressful with grandma and with this fucking rehab place that she's at. I'm really not happy. I went to visit her today. She didn't have her oxygen on, and she needs her fucking oxygen all the time. And I laid into him a little bit today. I was like getting so fucking frustrated. So I definitely was so super excited when I came to sit down and saw all of you on here, and it just, thank you guys. You are so awesome. You have helped me more than you know. Hanging out with you, just chatting it up and letting me, because when you're in a live, I love the clubhouse. Absolutely love the clubhouse. But I am so ADD, ADHD, whatever you want to say. I am so all over the place. You know, you guys all know. If you're coming here to relax, like Wraith Mace has a channel where you can watch and you will just be so calm and chill because he has got it. He's just, the vibe is chill. Tasty Cake, calm, very nice, soothing sounds. Not me. I'm everywhere. And I appreciate the fact that you guys still hung around with me. And when I'm sitting in the clubhouse, my whole point with that, because I squirrel, is when you're in the clubhouse, you have to be polite. You have to wait your turn. You can't make the conversation about you. You put in your 2 cents and you let other people talk, and it's fine. I love it. I enjoy it. But this allows me to just blah, get it all out. And that is fun for me. I really, really thank you guys for hanging out and joining me for this. I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm gonna make some kind of jingle and do like Prince of the Week. This was the one I did last week of the Mythics torso from Aliencito. This was just a torso from an Origins that I printed. And then this was the armor that I printed. So this was the Prince of last week. So that's a Snake Man armor. I'm going to probably paint that black or green or something. It'll look kind of cool. Maybe do something with it, do a lot of accents. Bud, maybe you can email me and give me some ideas. But anyway, so all right, guys, thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. And you know what? Next time, next week, I'm going to be here at the same time. So I'll hit here at 7 o'clock next time. And I got you, bud. Don't worry about it. I'll put it in the box. I'm going to get you a nice little care package to send you. So yeah, I hope Corey got his, and I hope Home Arcade gets his pretty soon, because I know I sent it out a few days ago. It should get there, was it the end of the week? So hopefully by tomorrow or Friday, you guys will get them. So, but yes, thank you. Thank you, Nolan. I appreciate it, man. You guys are all awesome. I would go through the line, but I do that, and I just kind of like, nah, you guys know who you are, and I thank you so much. But I'm going to get out of here because my back is kind of killing me. So we'll see you next week, guys, or we'll see you on Saturday on the clubhouse. So, all right, love you guys. Have a good one. I'm gonna put my little outro. Ready? Check the outro.